In the history of Nigeria's military, there are stories of courage, sacrifice, and tragedy. Some names are remembered for their victories, others for their betrayals, but there is one name that stands out as a symbol of integrity, misunderstood, and loyalty punished. And that name is Major Daniel Idowu Bamidele. Born in 1949, executed in 1986, his life tells us about bravery, dedication, and the dangers of politics within the armed forces. This is the story of Major Bamidele, a soldier who fought for his country but whose silence cost him his life. Daniel Idowu Bamidele was born in 1949 in Nigeria. His youth coincided with a time of great tension in the country. So by 1968, Nigeria was in the middle of the Civil War, also known as the Biafran War. At just 19 years old, Bamidele joined the Nigerian Army as a non-commissioned officer. He was thrown directly into the chaos of war, serving in the 12th Commando Brigade. Under the command of Colonel Benjamin Adekunle and later Colonel Olusegun Obasanjo, he fought bravely on the front lines. These were not easy battles. The Nigerian Civil War was brutal, claiming millions of lives, but Bamidele proved himself as a disciplined and courageous soldier. On July 29, 1970, after the war ended, Bamidele's potential was recognized. He was sent for formal training at the Nigerian Defense Academy. After completing his training, he was commissioned as an officer. This marked the beginning of a career that would shine brightly but tragically end too soon. Major Bamidele was not just a soldier, he was a scholar of war. His military education was outstanding. He attended the Advanced U.S. Army Infantry course at Fort Benning, Georgia. There, he impressed his instructors so much that he received a personal letter of commendation from Lieutenant General Theophilus Danjuma, Nigeria's Chief of Army Staff at the time. This was a rare honor, showing that Bamidele was not only skilled but also respected internationally. He later attended the Ghana Staff College in Teshi, Ghana. Once again, he distinguished himself, achieving the highest command position during the final military exercise. So between 1980 and 1981, he attended the senior course at the Command and Staff College in Jaji, Nigeria. He graduated among the top 5% of his class. These achievements placed him among the promising officers of his generation. And throughout his career, Major Bamidele held several important positions. Between 1976 and 1979, he served as a Grade 2 Staff Officer in the Operations Branch at Army Headquarters. After returning from Ghana in 1979, he became Grade 2 Staff Officer for training at the Nigerian Defense Academy. Later, he was appointed General Staff Officer 2 for Operations and Training at the headquarters of the 3rd Armored Division in Jos. So by 1982, he served as Operations Officer for the Nigerian Battalion in the United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon, This was during the Israeli invasion, a dangerous mission that tested Nigeria's peacemaking forces. It was the last Nigerian battalion to serve there before President Shehu Shagari withdrew Nigeria from the mission. When he returned home, Bamidele became the operations officer for the 3rd Division during the border conflict with Chad. His career was marked by responsibility, trust, and dedication. In October 1983, while on assignment in Kaduna, Major Bamidele had rumors of a planned coup against President Shehu Shagari. And being a disciplined officer, he reported the information to his superior, Major General Muhammadu Buhari. What he did not know was that Buhari himself was deeply involved in the plot. A week later, Bamidele was summoned to Lagos and detained at Tego Barracks by the Directorate of Military Intelligence. He was accused of plotting a coup against Shagari. Witnesses were fabricated and the mock interrogation was staged. The real conspirators continued with their plans while Bamidele was treated as a suspect. With no credible evidence, he was eventually released on November 25, 1983. But only weeks later, on January 1st, 1984, Buhari, the very man he had reported to, became Nigeria's new head of state. In early 1984, Bamidele's name appeared on the list of officers recommended for retirement. When the list reached General Buhari, he struck out Bamidele's name. Buhari recognized that Bamidele had been a victim of internal intrigues. Instead of being retired, Bamidele was posted to Jaji as a directing staff officer. For a moment, it seemed his career had survived the storm, but fate had other plans. So by 1985, Nigeria was once again filled with rumors of a coup. Major General Ibrahim Babangida had taken over, and not everyone was happy with his government. Bamidele attended a meeting at a guest house in Makurdi with other officers like Lieutenant Colonel Michael Oyoshe, Lieutenant Colonel Musa Betiyong, Lieutenant Colonel Christian Oche, Wing Commander Ben Ekele, and Wing Commander Adamu Sakaba. The officers discussed national issues and criticized the Babangida government, but no operational or seditious plans were made. Still, the government saw the meeting as evidence of conspiracy. Remembering his ordeal in 1983, Bamidele chose not to report anything. He feared being misunderstood again. That silence became the basis of the charge that led to his death. Major Bamidele was arrested, tried by the Special Military Tribunal, and executed by firing squad on March 5, 1986. He was executed alongside Major General Maman Vatsa and others accused of plotting the coup. But unlike others, Bamidele's crime was not participation. His crime was silence. He was punished for failing to report rumors of a coup. Oh my God. Before his execution, Bamidele made a powerful statement to the tribunal. He said, "I heard of the 1983 coup planning and reported it to my GOC, General Buhari, who detained me for 2 weeks in Lagos. Instead of a pat on the back, I received a stab. How then do you expect me to report this one? This trial marks the eclipse of my brilliant and unblemished career of 19 years. I fought in the Civil War with the ability it pleased God to give me. It is unfortunate that I am being convicted for something I have tried to stop on 2 occasions." His words were not just a defense. They were a cry of truth, a testimony of a soldier betrayed by the system he served. Major Daniel Idowu Bamidele's life remains one of the most tragic examples of integrity misunderstood and loyalty punished in Nigeria's military history. His story is a reminder of the dangers of politics within the armed forces. It shows how honesty can be twisted and how silence can be fatal. For many Nigerians, his name symbolizes the cost of speaking truth in a system where power often overweighs justice. Today, when we look back at Nigeria's history, we see the sacrifices of men like Bamidele. He fought in the Civil War, served in Lebanon, defended Nigeria's borders, and trained future officers. Yet, he was executed not for betrayal, but for silence. His story is not just about one man. It is about the struggle between loyalty and survival, between truth and politics. Major Daniel Idowu Bamidele's life reminds us that integrity can be dangerous, but it is also unforgettable. This has been the story of Major Bamidele, a soldier, a patriot, and a victim of fate. Major Idowu Bamidele's story is more than history. It is a lesson about integrity, courage, and the heavy price of silence. If you believe stories like this should never be forgotten, please help us keep his memory alive. Subscribe to this channel for more untold histories. Share this video so others can learn about Bamidele's sacrifice. And leave a comment with your thoughts on what his life means for Nigeria today. Together, we can make sure that loyalty, truth, and justice are never erased from our past. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.